is it. This is Mount Sinai. South Africa. South Africa is a country in Africa, located at the southernmost tip of Africa, and it is marked by several distinct ecosystems. South Africa is renowned for its varied topography and for its great natural beauty. Within South Africa, there is the Northern Cape. The Northern Cape is the largest province in South Africa. It was created in 1994 when the Cape Province was split up. Its capital is Kimberley. The Northern Cape, it includes the Kalahari Gemsboek National Park. It also includes the Kagalagadi Transfrontier Park and an international park. The biblical and scriptural, ancient and authentic Mount Sinai. It is located in Africa, in South Africa, in the Northern Cape, and it is in the Siyanda District. The word Siyanda, it is a play on words. Well, the Hebrew word is hidden within the word Siyanda. The Hebrew word for Sinai is Sinai, spelled S-I-N-A-Y, and Sinai is in the word Siyanda. As we examine the word Siyanda, we will see the Hebrew word with the Ivri letters, the S, I, Y, A, N. That is Hebrew for Sinai, and it is hidden in the word Siyanda. In the Bible, Mount Sinai, it is the mountain where the 10 Commandments were given to Moses by God. In the Book of Deuteronomy, these events are described as having transpired at Mount Horeb. Mount Sinai and Mount Horeb are two Hebrew words that refer to the same mountain. The English word Sinai, it is from the Latin, and it is of the same spelling. And the Latin comes from the Greek, and they all are of the same spelling. Sinai in Hebrew is Sinai, spelled S-I-N-A-Y. The Ivri letters for this Hebrew word, they are S-N-Y. The S, that is the Ivri letter Samak. Samak, and Samak means grab, hate, protect. The next Ivri letter is the N, and that is the Ivri letter Nun, and Nun means see, continue, hear, and son. The next Ivri letter is Y. The Y is the Yod. Yod means hand, work, throw, worship. The S is the Samak, and it refers to a thorn and circle. The thorn is seen in the meaning grab, and it is also seen in the shape of the Ivri letter Samak. The Ivri letter Samak takes the shape of a thorn. This particular thorn, it is the Umbrella Thorn. The Umbrella Thorn. And this Umbrella Thorn, it is indigenous. It has its habitat in the region of Mount Sinai. The Hebrew letter Samek refers to the umbrella thorn in the area, and it also refers to a feature, a characteristic of Mount Sinai. This characteristic, this feature, it is circles or rings that are clearly visible on Mount Sinai. And these circles, they have a line in the middle. The circles in the rock of Mount Sinai, they are called the Liesegang rings. Liesegang rings. Geologists call them Liesegang rings. These Liesegang rings are large rings in the mountain, and there are several Liesegang rings. This feature of Liesegang ring in Mount Sinai is also seen in the Hebrew letter Nun, and it is seen in the Hebrew letter Samak. In the Hebrew letter Nun, there is a circle with a line extending from it. In the original Black Hebrews, whenever they use their every language, they always use it in two ways. The first way is using the every language with the every letters in reference to a person. And the second way is using the every language with the every letters in reference to the earth or something in the earth. And in this case, it is the Mount Sinai that is in the earth. And the every language is used to give a description of this mountain. There's something in the mountain that fits the shape of the every letters. And the letter Nun, the shape of the letter Nun, it fixes a feature, a characteristic of Mount Sinai. And that characteristic is the Liesegang rings. These large circles, there are many of them, large circles in Mount Sinai. And these circles, they have a line in the middle. Every letter Nun, this every letter, it gives the description of Mount Sinai, and it describes its shape, the shape of the Liesegang ring. Nun is shaped like a circle with a line attached, and Mount Sinai, it shows the same feature, a circle with a line attached. The every letter Y, the Yod, this letter, it refers to the Most High. In Exodus 19, verse 18, it says, "And Mount Sinai was all together on a smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire, and the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mountain quaked greatly." The Liesegang rings are the reason the mountain is called Sinai and Horeb. These rings, they are embedded in the mountain, and they are a characteristic that gives the true identity of Mount Sinai, and it gives the true location of Mount Sinai. Mount Horeb, this is another name for Mount Sinai. Horeb is Hebrew, and the every letters, they are HRB. The H is the every letter Het, and that means wall, outside, divide, half. And Het refers to the tent tent is a circle with a line in the middle, giving the shape of the Liesegang ring found in Mount Sinai. The R in Horeb, that is the Ivri letter Resh, and that means head, first, top, and beginning. And this Ivri letter refers to the Most High. The next Ivri letter is the B, the Bet. And Bet means family, house, inn. That refers to the home, the house, the tent. And the tent is a circle with a line in the middle. And this gives a description of the Liesegang ring in Mount Sinai. So the Ivri word Horeb and the Ivri word Sinai, these words, they are describing a feature, a characteristic of this mountain. And that feature, that characteristic, it is the Liesegang ring. According to geologists, these circles with a line in the middle, they are called Liesegang rings. The umbrella thorn is one of the most widely distributed acacias. The umbrella thorn tree, it can be found in Mozambique, Botswana, Swaziland, Free State, Mpumalanga, Limpopo, and the Northern Cape in South Africa. The habitat of the umbrella thorn tree, with its botanical name Acacia tortilis, this tree, it occurs from sand dunes and rocky scarps to alluvial valley bottoms, avoiding seasonally waterlogged sites. The umbrella thorn tree, it is a drought-resistant species, and it grows in areas with little rainfall. The umbrella thorn tree, this is the S, the Ivri letter S, the Samak, and it is one feature of the terrain around Mount Sinai. The umbrella thorn, this is one evidence of the true location of Mount Sinai. There are many elements that must be present at the same time in order for any location to be Mount Sinai. These elements are the following. The first one is Rephidim. And Rephidim, it must be set northeast of Mount Sinai. The next element is Alush. The Alush is set northeast of Mount Sinai. The next element is Dafka. Dafka is set northeast of Mount Sinai. The next element is Arabia. And Arabia is the name of the section of a wilderness. The next one is the Amalekites. And the Amalekites, they resided east of Mount Sinai. The next element is the wilderness of Zin. The next element is Kibroth Hatava, and this is set west of Mount Sinai. The next element is Hazroth. Hazroth is set west of Mount Sinai. The next element is Rithma. Rithma is situated west of Mount Sinai. The next element is Ramon Perez, and Ramon Perez is west of Mount Sinai. The next element is the Jordan River, and the Jordan River is situated south of Mount Sinai. The next element is Petra or Basra, which is situated east of Mount Sinai. These are just a few elements that must be present at the same time because they validate the true location of Mount Sinai. Mount Sinai, it is located in South Africa in the Siyanda District.